welcome back to my YouTube channel, or if you're new here, hello, my name is Thuy, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to do a full glam beat, especially if you are getting married and you're doing your own makeup. I'm showing you guys tips on how to make your makeup last all day, or if you're a makeup artist doing someone else's makeup, these are the tips you guys need to do to make your makeup look flawless in photos, make sure it's super long wearing. I feel like everybody and their mama is literally getting married at the moment. I'm getting invited to so many weddings, which is such an amazing time. So I created this makeup look that will suit all different eye shapes, all different eye colours. So if you guys want to see how creators look and tips to make your makeup last longer, please keep watching. Okay guys, so let's get started. I literally just put on some moisturiser with SPF, especially if you're going to be getting married outside, abroad. Make sure you put on the SPF, even on your wedding day. Okay. So to make your foundation last the longest, you want to make sure you're going with a good primer. I want something to fill my pores in, because whenever you're taking photos and they're zoomed up in there with that big old zoom lens, you want to make sure that all your pores are like as smooth as possible. So we're going to go in with the Farsáli Skintune Blur Perfecting Serum. It says it's a serum, but it's basically a primer. So I actually really like this for in the center of my face. I find it helps with oily skin as well, and also it helps fill in any large pores. Okay, so now that I have the primer out, you guys can see hopefully that my skin's looking a little bit more matte. So recently I've learned a little trick, especially if you want to make your makeup last. I wouldn't do this every single day because it could feel a bit heavy, but for your wedding day you want to make sure your skin looks super flawless. So we're gonna go in with the HudaBeauty Easy Bake powder. You can actually go in with any translucent powder, and I'm gonna put a thin layer of this before my foundation. Yep, but the trick is to use a little bit, and it's best off when your skin's a bit more matte, and then when you put something like this on, it won't like cake up. Make sure you coat the brush. Okay, and now I'm gonna do a light veil all over my skin. The trick with making anything last long is to do really fine layers. You don't want to put like a really thick heavy layer with like a big paddle brush all over your skin, because then your face will look really cakey. But this just instantly mattifies, especially around like your T-zone, your nose area. It gives a thin layer of powder for it to absorb before it even reaches your foundation. Also guys, I'm going for the full bridal beat kind of look. Okay? I'm not going for like a natural tinted moisturizer look. Okay, then I'm going to go in with the Decay All Nighter setting spray. Make sure you shake this up. And you want to be using setting sprays all throughout your makeup, especially on this day, because it will just like set each layer. Okay, so for foundation wise, I was thinking like, what would I actually wear on my wedding day? So I think the main two that I love that gives me really good coverage is the MAC Studio Fix Fluid, a oldie but a goodie. This is in their new shade NC38, which is literally like a perfect colour match for me. I'm a bit pale at the moment, but it has like a really nice olive undertone, so it will really match my neck. I also really love the Seamless Vanish Hourglass foundation. This one's really nice if you want a full coverage, but you have to find like your perfect shade. But this one lasts all day on me. Okay, so I have no pump with this, annoyingly, so I have to use my finger, and I'm going to dot it around my skin. This foundation colour is so nice. It has a perfect amount of green in there that it doesn't turn orangey. So the trick is to really layer up in thin layers rather than caking on a big thick layer. I find this foundation isn't as matte as the Hourglass one. So if you're looking for a really matte one, try the Hourglass. Also guys, remember your skincare is so important, especially for your wedding day. So you want to make sure that you have a good skincare routine at least 6 weeks in advance. So I'm literally just grabbing just a little bit at a time. I could easily just pour loads on my beauty blender, but you want to add it in thin layers, and I know it could be a little bit repetitive. The thinner layer that you use, it will basically set, and then you put another thin layer, and then it'll set, and then another thin layer on top, and then it will set. So you do like loads of these thin layers so that your makeup won't break down as fast. Also make sure on your wedding day you bring it down to your neck, put it on your ears if you have your hair up, because you want everything to look really seamless. Okie dokie, time for concealer. Okay, so I'm going to go with an oldie but a goodie, one I know I can trust and that will always look flawless. This is Tarte Shape Tape. Yep, that's right, Tarte Shape Tape. When's the last time you heard of it? So I'm mainly concealing underneath my eyes here. This is the part where you want to look bright and awake, like you had loads and loads of sleep. And then also around here, I find when you do like this kind of motion, it makes your smile look a bit more like happy, you know? I get loads of shadows around my lips, so this just gives me a bit more extra brightening effect. And then for contour, I love this one at the moment. It's from HudaBeauty and it's called Tantour in the shade Fair. So I'm going to let the concealer sit for a while because I want it to kind of set and give me the most amount of coverage. So I'm going to do the contour for the meanwhile. I'm using a cream contour and then I'm going to use a powder contour because I want to do those thin layers to make sure everything lasts and it doesn't fade throughout the day. So I'm going to start off around my forehead. I mainly just want to do really natural steps. I don't want to make it look really harsh. For your wedding day, you want to keep things really, really subtle. You want it to literally like blend right into your skin and like melt and mesh together without any harsh lines. You see that? Just like soft like... Okay, now I'm going to blend out the concealer. So I'm going to start off with around my chin first. I'm going to leave this bit for last because I want this bit to be the most amount of coverage. So leave that to set for the longest time. Okay, then I'm just blending out underneath my eyes. Also a little trick, if you blend it right into your nose here, it'll make your nose look smaller. Okay, so now is the most important step ever. Powder time! Woo! So I'm going to go in with my trusty, dusty, translucent powder from Laura Mercier. This is not dusty, by the way. It's actually a really good powder. I love this powder when I want something that's going to make my foundation last all damn day. The only downside of it is that it can be really, really matte. So you might feel a bit like heavy and cakey. But honestly, this is the only powder when I had really, really oily skin that will keep everything like nice and... You know this motion? You know what that means, right? So I'm taking quite a lot of powder. So just underneath my eyes, in particular, I want this bit to stay nice and bright. I'm basically just going to set my whole down face. So on my chin, especially my smile lines. You're probably going to be like laughing loads on your wedding day, hopefully. So make sure this bit is completely set. Okay, brows are on. So I'll let this marinate for like a good 10 minutes while I'm doing my brows. And now I'm just going to sweep away. Okay, so the powder's all on now. I'm going to re-bronze my face because that powder kind of made everything a bit light again. So I'm going to go in with this Khloe and Malika powder palette. I'm going to go in with a bit of blush. This just gives you a bit of colour to your skin, especially for photos. You want your skin to look really nice and healthy and radiant. Also, go a bit more with your blusher as well because I find blusher is like the first thing to fade throughout the day. And then I'm just going to use this bronzing colour just to re-bronze my skin again. And then once again, I'm going to go in and spray my skin with the all-nighting setting spray. I'm going to go in with a bit of highlighter next. This is my favourite highlighter at the moment. It's the Heat Wave by Estee Lauder. I have a whole video about highlighting on my channel about how to make your highlighter pop. Okay, I'm going to highlight a bit of my chin as well. A bit of my cupid's bow. And then also on the tip of my nose because I want my nose to look extra snatched. Look at that highlight. It just gives you such an amazing like pow. Okay, so time to move on to my eyes. I'm going to do a really nice classic eye look that I really, really love. Every time I wear it, I always feel the most beautiful. So that's the look that I want to go for my wedding day. For my wedding day, I'm actually going to get married, bitch. I'm actually just going to a meeting after this. But I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer. So I've been using this primer recently and it's quite similar to the P. Louise eyeshadow base, but this one actually dries down to a bit more of a powdery finish, which I think is quite nice. The only thing about it is that it's really bright. Like you guys see, it's basically white. Okay, let me zoom in a bit closer so you guys can see all up in my pores. Okay, so the palette that I'm going to use today is from Morphe. It's called the 35G Bronze Goals. Okay, I'm going to go in with this middle shade first. It's like a really nice warm brown. I honestly love Morphe eyeshadows. Like, I know some people might think, oh my god, Morphe on your wedding day. But I love the pigment, the blendability, the shade range that they have. Okay, so you guys see this colour. I'm literally working it right on the outer corners here. I'm also going to take a little bit of this colour here, which is a little bit more softer than this colour. A bit more muted. And I'm just going to blend this up a bit higher. And then I'm mainly focusing on the outer corner. And then I'm just blending this in here. Just so that it makes my eyes look a bit more open. It kind of defines the socket a bit more, even though your girl doesn't have a socket. Okay, so I'm going to take this colour here. It's like a dark brown. And I'm just buffing this right on the outer corners to give me like a soft smoke right here. Just so that it kind of like gives me a bit more depth, but I still get to see the kind of like caramelly brown colour on the outer corners here. This might be a bit much for a lot of people, but this is how I honestly would wear my makeup. I want to look glam. Obviously, you don't have to smoke it out this much. You could do a softer version. Okay, so on my actual eyelid, I want to go for like a matte, warm brownie colour. So I'm going to go in with this shade right here. Of course, you can do the kind of like typical kind of bridal makeup, which is kind of like something like this instead of a matte. But I personally prefer the matte kind of look. It's like a soft, kind of like peachy kind of look. Okay, so now that matte kind of apricot, warm creme brulee colours on the eyes, I'm going to go in with Awake Eye Opener. This is like a nude pencil. I'm going to put it right inside my waterline. This is perfect for whenever I do a smoky eye. It just gives your eyes just like a boost. Makes your eyes look a bit more awake, especially because I'm going quite smoky on my eyes. I still want to make my eyes look really nice and open and dolly-like, you know. But it isn't as harsh as white. And I find this pencil is like the best pencil that I've tried. It's really nice and long wearing. And it's super creamy as well. Okay, then on my eyes, I'm going to go in with this dark brown shade again. I'm just going to add a little bit of smoke to my bottom lash line. I'm just going to like buff this out so that it's similar to the top. Okay, now that it's all blended, I'm going to brighten up my eyes a little bit. So I'm going to grab this golden shade right here. And I want to bring it as close as I can to the bridge of my nose because it makes my eyes look a bit more like longer. Okay, so next up I'm going to do some eyeliner next. I'm going to kind of smoke it out. I just got this new eyeliner in from Urban Decay. It's their waterproof fine point eyeliner pen. My ass is such a cry at wedding, so I need to make sure everything is waterproof. Okay, so I'm going to line my eyes a bit more smoky. Just going to bring it out and then twist my hand back in. This eyeliner's really nice and dark. Whoa. And then I'm slowly gonna fade this in. Oh, this might be my new favourite eyeliner, guys. It's so nice and dark. And then we're going to go in with a bit of the black. I also mix it with a bit of this colour as well, so it's not like a jet black. I want it to be like a smoky, dark brown, basically. Make sure you tap off all the excess so there's no fallout. And then on top of this, I'm just gonna stamp on top of that eyeliner. Just so that it kind of like diffuses the edge a bit and it goes like a softer eyeliner. Okay, so the lashes that I'm going to go in with is called NYC. These are so pretty from Lily Lashes. She actually has a whole line out called the Wedding Collection, guys. And the lashes are so pretty. Like this one's called Always and Forever. So fluffy. There's one called Prenup if you want something a bit more softer. Especially for like an Asian face. I find that eyelashes make the most difference. Just going to use the Beauty Blender all over my lips to block out that pinkness. I'm going to use my favourite lip liner of all time. This is Stripdown by MAC. It's just like my favourite shade. It's just like a perfect neutral shade that makes your lips look really nice and defined without it being too dark. You want to make sure you blend in a little bit as well so it's not like just a harsh line. I'm going to go with this one from Huda Beauty called Girlfriend. I find the formula of this is really nice and thin so it doesn't look really cakey on your lips. Even if your lips are a little bit dry, even when this wears off a little bit, it wears off really nicely because it's such a thin formula. I find sometimes the liquid lipsticks, when they kind of wear off, it goes really patchy. So definitely do like a trial run and try like a couple different lips and see how they wear throughout the day. What a perfect peachy shade. I feel like it just ties in the eyes. So pretty. Okay, and then now we need to do a final seal of everything. So I've been using the brand new Huda Beauty Resting Boss Face Ultra Matte Setting Spray. This product is no joke, guys. I think there's quite a lot of ingredients in here that is a bit dangerous, I'm not gonna lie. I think like alcohol is like one of the top products in here. So I don't use this on an everyday basis, but when I want my foundation to last extra long, I do go in with this. Take this with a pinch of salt, okay? You don't have to do what I'm doing, but if you want to make your foundation last all day and you're going to be in really hot climates, this product is amazing. A bit of a shame it's not in an aerosol. Bit gutted about that. It's kind of like just a pump like this. And it does have a really strong smell. I do have to warn you. So if you don't like strong smells, you won't like this. Oh my god, it's so strong. And then we'll spray some on my Beauty Blender. And then I'm going to tap this on the bits that I want to be extra long wearing. So around my nose, around my smile lines, because I get smile lines throughout the day. I also put this on top of my highlight as well, because I feel like my highlight kind of fades throughout the day. And no joke, guys, this makes everything just like locked in. I also put a bit on my eyebrows as well. You guys can see it doesn't leave like no residue as well. It just leaves everything like super matte, super flawless. Okay guys, so that's it for this makeup tutorial. I just finished off the hair with a little plait and these little flowers in, and also these little earrings which are so pretty. They're from Windsor and they're super sparkly. I hope this video is helpful to you guys, and if you guys are getting married this year, congratulations. Wishing you guys the best day ever. It's going to be one of the most amazing days of your life. So hopefully this video will help you guys out, especially if you're doing your own makeup as well. I know hiring a makeup artist could be one, really pricey, or you can't really find a makeup artist in your area that can give you the look that you want. Of course, you don't have to be getting married to wear a look like this. This look is literally so universal for weddings, prom, anything like that, wherever you want your makeup to last a super long time. If you guys have any other video suggestions for me, let me know down below in the comment section. Give me a little thumbs up. up if you enjoyed it. If you guys haven't followed me on all my other social media platforms yet, it's just xThuyLe on Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And that's it for this video, guys. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. The dress that you're wearing, you... For fuck's sake, shut the fuck up. I can't talk! No, outside! For God's sake, I'll do my intro, bruiser.